vibration. Show the world what you got to give.
We have Joy Taylor with us today, as you all have seen. Joy is an amazing friend of mine. She's been around. I mean, we've been friends for 25 years now. We actually met in Hawaii in the camping permit office back from 1997 or so it was. And it was just this connection that was there, and ends up 6 months later, we come to Phoenix, not knowing each other, and bump into each other again in Phoenix. And Joy has been an inspiration for myself and thousands of people over the past 25 years. She's written, how many books now? 4 books, Joy?
Well, I've written one myself, and I've co-authored another one, and blah, blah, blah. But yeah.
All right. Your book, Inspired, is amazing. And you also have been a successful entrepreneur for 25 years, and you teach people about a soul-inspired life. So you're going to be speaking today about discernment. So welcome, Joy Taylor. Take it away.
It's beautiful to be here, and I would love to know who is here. So if you guys are familiar with Zoom, you're probably familiar that down below there's a chat button. You probably also know that on the upper right-hand corner, there's the option to be in speaker view or gallery view. If you haven't played with that button, play with it. Some people like to see the speaker, and some people like to see the whole group. So that's a choice you can make. Also, you can mute and unmute yourself, and we are going to have time for Q&A and interaction. And that can happen on the lower left. So on the lower left, you can mute, unmute. You can also share your video. And we are going to also just keep this a safe container today. So we'll be muting people. We'll be keeping an eye on who's joining the group. And thank you for bearing with us during that kind of confusing time. And Luke and Claire, you guys pulled it together. That was beautiful what you did. Let's give them a round of applause, you guys. Round of applause. Yeah. And we love it if you go off video. We love to see you. I love to see you. I want to know who I'm connecting with. So Suzanne, thank you. Rachel, wonderful. Luke and Claire, Howard, Gwendelyn. I know Deborah's coming back. Deborah's a dear friend. Good to see you all. So yeah, I would love to know who's here, and how I'd like to facilitate that is down below there's a little chat button. So if you would like to go to the chat and put your name and what is your intention for this 40 minutes that we have together. Why do you say yes to raise your vibration? Is there an intention that you have in mind? So take a moment, tune in. Why'd I push the button? Why'd I say yes to this? And I'll read them off as they come in. So down below is the chat button. And that includes you, Howard, and you, Gwendelyn, and you, Luke and Claire. What made you say yes? All right, and you want to click on everyone in meeting. Okay, so Nick, I wanted new people to have fun with and enjoy the free time I have. Great. Howard, to be inspired and to inspire. Oh, cool, Howard. Deborah, to hang out with you. I'm excited you're here. It's sweet. I love you. To help people raise their vibration and feel energized. Gwendelyn, love it. Anyone else? Suzanne, Rachel, I see you looking. So a lot of energy around inspiration and raising the vibration, and that's what we're about. We love to inspire, uplift, heal, and bring happiness. This is Luke and Claire, to as many people as possible through our music. Yeah, and you do. Wonderful. Okay. There should be a button that says to everyone, but if not, I'm reading them, I'm getting them. I'm glad you said yes. Tell them to use the drop down. Yeah, so you can use the drop down button in the chat, and there is a button that says everyone in meeting. And Howard, did I miss anything? If you want to look at chat and let me know.
All right, just unmuted myself. Karen.
Yeah.
Thank you, Karen. I appreciate the support. I love you. Thank you.
Yeah, Katie says I don't have an everyone button. So she's chatting to me. Okay, yeah. So there should be a drop down, but it could be a setting. It's Howard's Zoom, so it might be your setting, Howard. We'll play with that in the future. But we got enough. We got enough people, and we read a little bit. So yeah, and I said yes because I really love Howard. And I also feel that it's an important time right now on the planet. And it's an important time for those of us who are called to choose the upliftment, to choose to raise our vibration, but to do that in an authentic way. So we're not talking about spiritual bypassing. We're not talking about, I'm going to remove a couple people who are making noise. There we go. We're not talking about pretending, fake it till you make it. And I'm definitely not talking about parroting out affirmations that aren't in congruence with who we are. We're talking about being real here. And the truth is the only way to raise our vibration is for us to meet all of ourselves. And when we meet all of ourselves, we get to meet our shadow, we get to meet our fears, we get to meet our insecurities, we get to meet our passions, our purpose, and our joys. And we get to embrace them all. And so I do feel that it's perfect that today we had some people join us who wanted to bomb our party, because we got to take care of that and create safe space together. And we got to witness and experience that expression of life, which is what we're all doing right now. So we have a choice right now, and that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this era and this coronavirus, this thing, this pandemic that's happening on the planet. Some people are calling it a lockdown. I also think it's a reset. I think it's also a retreat and a renewal and an opportunity. And I remember when I was young, I was in high school, and I had this image that came to me, and I saw planet Earth. And I saw something happen where the earth split into two. And what came to me in that moment, and I was about 16, 17, was that there was going to be a shifting of consciousness available for people on earth. And I really think of anything I've seen in my 50 years, this is the moment where people are at a choice point. Do they choose love or fear? Do you choose love or fear? And I want to discuss that today. And I want to get practical too, because I'm a practical person, because I know we can do a lot on the inside, but what we need to do also is make changes on the outside. And when those changes on the outside are led from a soul-inspired place, they're easier. When they're led from love and inner honoring, they're easier. But there's also a time and a place for discipline. And discipline comes from the root word disciple. And so what are you a disciple of? Love or fear? Expansion or contraction? Expression or holding in? What are you a disciple of? Yourself? It's a choice. And we're at a choice point. So a little foundation and then some practical. When I wrote the book Inspired, I wrote it because I was inspired to write it. I wrote it because I received a download, if you will. In a contemplative morning, I heard the message, life is for you. And it really struck me. Being a person that probably didn't trust life fully, that was tied into needing security, it kind of struck me as a new paradigm. What would it be like if life was for me? Albert Einstein says the most important decision we make is if we believe we live in a friendly or a hostile universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So choosing to say life is for me, everything that happens is for me. Consequence is my teacher. Everything is for me was a shift for me. I wrote it down, life is for me. And then a message came, and the message was, and you deserve it. I'm looking around at you guys and I'm loving some of the smiles. It warms my heart. Yeah. So yeah. Do I really believe I deserve all the blessings coming my way? So I'm sharing my journey, and I'm hoping you're asking yourself these questions too. Do I really believe and receive all the blessings coming my way? And the third wisdom was, and life will guide you. Life is for you, you deserve it, and life will guide you. Those are the first of the three wisdoms. What does it mean that life guides us? It means that when we really center into our soul, when we really believe life is for us and we really are willing to receive all the blessings coming our way, we get the nudges, we get the insights, we get outer messages and inner knowing. So depending on your specific way of accessing intuition, you might see it. Maybe you're clairvoyant. You might hear messages. Maybe you're clairaudient. I was sure clairaudient that day that I got all 7 wisdoms, by the way. Maybe you're claircognizant or clairsentient. Cognizant is the knowing. Sentience is a feeling. So we all have access to this intuitiveness. And we also are being guided by life. I'm just curious, how many of you have gotten some crazy signs or symbols, like books falling off the shelf, 3 people telling you about a book at one time? Just raise your hand, let's hear you, let's see you. Some of you are on video, yeah. I mean, just weird stuff like that, right? I remember one time I was in LA with some girlfriends and we were going to a conference. There were 5 of us in the car and we were totally lost. It was like one-way streets and traffic, and we're trying to get to this conference and everyone had their opinion about left, right, but now we're on a one-way street. Now we're stuck. And at one point we made our way around the maneuvers and we turned, and the Google map confirmed we were on our way. Meanwhile, in the background of my Subaru Outback, I had a playlist going. And the song randomly shifted to the next song, India RE, headed in the right direction. So life is with us. Life is laughing with us. Life, to me, that was like, I want to play with you. I'm here for you, girlfriend. Play a little bit more, right? And that's the invitation. But it happens more naturally when we believe that life is for us and when we're willing to receive it and we have that knowingness that we are love, we deserve love. And then we allow and take it in. All right, so those are the first 3 wisdoms. And if you want to know more of the wisdoms, I'll put my website in and you can get free the introduction to my book, which covers all 7 wisdoms. But I really did want to talk a little bit about discernment today because it's time. And I can't think of a better time than now to say yes to love in every single moment. So my philosophy is that inspiration is a vertical line. We align with the divine. We feel the energetic. We tap into that which is greater than us and we ground it in the earth below us. And we are having these connections, right? And I'm looking at some of you, if you can relate. Thank you, Howard, for shaking your head. Yeah, so we're aligning. And when we do that, we get inspired, which really means in spirit, by the way. We get in alignment with spirit. That's what inspiration means, in spirit. So what's this line? What's the horizontal? In my understanding, it's the giving and the receiving of love. So the cross, as it was expressed to me in visualization and meditation, is really the symbol of being aligned with the divine and then giving and receiving love. And it is our work on the world to know how we can give and receive love. So in the center of the cross, where is it? Everyone just point to yourself for a moment. Just point to yourself. Oh, come on, Luke. I saw that. Your smile, that too. But most of us, we just automatically point to the heart. When I say point to yourself, you don't point here, do you? Unless you're Luke, you might point here. Yeah. And this is the heart, and the heart is the choice point. That is the opportunity to discern. When we receive the inspiration, the purity of it, how are we going to give and receive? What do we want to do with our lives, and how do we want to be in relationship with others on the horizontal, which is the earth plane? So in today's world, we have a lot of choices to make, and I wanted to just invite you guys into a short exercise. It's called the Inventory of Influences, and I will give you access to the appendix of my book where it lives. But the way I look at it, really, truly, who we be and how we raise our vibration is based on where we hang energetically, who we spend our time with, what we read, listen, and watch, what we do in our free time, in our life, and all of our time, and the thoughts we think. And so I remember a really beautiful story about one of my teachers who lives in India, a spiritual teacher, and some friends went to go visit him. And they got a private interview with this very fabulous, energetic spiritual teacher. And they said, we really want to reach enlightenment. I love that word, by the way, enlightenment, right? Whatever that means. Consciousness, right? Awakening. Light. So the spiritual teacher nodded and they said, what's the most important thing we can do to reach enlightenment? And this teacher in India said, satsang, which means good company. Satsang is the way to reach spiritual enlightenment. So when I talk about the people in your life, the books you read, the media you listen to, the free time activities, the thoughts you think, all of that is company. It's the company you keep. And what kind of company are you keeping? And what kind of company do you want to keep? And that is our power of discernment. In what ways are we giving and receiving love on planet Earth? In what ways are we expressing our inspiration? In what ways are we receiving our inspiration? So here's the activity. If good company is the key to enlightenment, I would say good company is the key to any goal you have. When I wanted to climb Mount Shasta, and this is in 2000, it was 2000. I contacted a woman who had climbed Mount Shasta before, who I just met, and I said, I want to climb the mountain. And she became my guide. And not only was she my guide, we hiked together and we trained every Friday afternoon for 3 months before we climbed the mountain. She was good company. She'd been there before. She got me to my goal. If your goal is to raise your vibration, you're in good company today. And you can be consistently in good company, joining on Fridays or listening to Luke and Claire's music, or, there's lots of good company on the internet right now. And there's also some company that I don't want to keep by choice of discernment. So if you want to reach any goal, if it's a financial goal, a business goal, a health goal, be very intentional about the company you keep. So once again, what is that company? The people in your life, what you read, listen, and watch, your activities, what you do, and the thoughts you think. I love that one. Am I keeping good company in the thoughts I think? And if not, guess what? We can rewire to thrive, and we can change our thoughts. So here's the activity, and let's just do it together for a moment. So I want you to think about the people you're spending time with. And when I say that in today's environment, that might mean the people you're talking to on the phone, emailing, getting on Zoom with. Are they giving you energy or taking energy on a scale from 1 to 10 in general? And write it down. Just do this. Why not, right? And if you could shift that number to a higher level, what changes would you need to make? Are there some people that you don't want to talk to as much and you just let them know, I'm not available right now? Are there some other people that really inspire you that you want to reach out to and say, we haven't talked in a while, can we connect? And so write that down too. What would you do to shift that a little higher? So the second inventory is, what are you reading, listening to, and watching? So just tune in last month. Have you been on Facebook? Are you watching the regular news? Are you on Gaia TV? What are you doing? And is it giving you energy or taking energy? And you can rate that on a scale from 1 to 10. Deborah, I know you've been totally giving yourself some goodies. I think what's your number? I'm curious. Do you have a 10? Yeah. Because you've been sending me some really awesome links of some positive energy, some higher vibration, some opportunities to shadow dance too, meaning, go deep with self and integrate that which was scary or fearful or denied in the past. That's what consciousness is. Making aware what was unaware. And it's not always fun, but is it rewarding? And you know what? It actually, the more we do it, it's not so bad. It's actually quite a release, and it's quite a high to actually really just feel the fear, feel the sadness, let it go, release it. Yeah, so that's your reading and listening and watching, your media inputs. So let's go to the fourth one, which is, what are you doing with your time? And is it giving you energy or taking your energy? I mean, when I say doing with your time, are you going out for walks in nature? Are you stretching in the morning? Are you meditating? Are you making yummy meals? Are you following a hobby or a passion? Are you visioning? Are you watching TV? Are you, I don't know, what are you doing? And is it giving you energy or taking energy on a scale from 1 to 10? And if you were to make some shifts to bring that number higher, what would those changes be? Some of you are writing it down. Some of you, I think, are just contemplating it, and I appreciate that too. For you, if you walk away with a couple ideas, awesome. It's pretty cool. I mean, I've actually gotten into these online workouts, and I'm getting stronger, right? So I'm choosing to use this time to get stronger. I'm choosing to use this time to do things differently. And so the fourth one is the thoughts you think. How is that going for you? Yeah, thank you, Gwendelyn. I appreciate that. I know. Me too. Sometimes I am not enough. I'm not doing enough. I should be doing more. And I hear those thoughts. And that's a big one for me. I should be doing more. I'm not doing the right things. I wish I was making better decisions. And then that is a choice point. So on a scale from 1 to 10, how's the environment in your brain? What are you telling yourself? What's your self-talk? And how might you change that? How might you shift that a little by training your brain towards not parroting affirmations that aren't true, but maybe better questions? Like, how could I feel like I'm enough? How could I be at peace with who I am? Or I love these start where you are affirmations. If I think I'm not enough, I'm not doing enough, I can say to myself, I'm learning to realize that I do enough. And I'm willing to learn to realize that I'm doing enough. And maybe I have a dialogue of thoughts. I love you, sweetie. I know you always think you're not doing enough. You're not enough. I love you, honey. Guess what? You're right where you need to be. You're doing enough. And you're doing enough. And you are enough. So we create the environment of thoughts we think. What can you do to shift your environment? Through meditation and through self-talk. And so I don't have it on my inventory, but I do want to add a fifth, and it's really just be aware of what you're eating and drinking, because what we put in our body affects our physiology, which affects our emotional well-being. So give yourself a moment to think about, are you intaking things that are healthy on a scale from 1 to 10? And if you could make a few little changes, what would they be? Maybe just do a green drink every morning. Maybe stop eating after 7 p.m. Suzanne saying, that's me. I hear you. Me too. I'm careful about that one. And I'm doing enough, even if it's not all of it, which is why I'm really requesting just what are a few subtle changes you can make. You don't have to do it all. Then we get into a space throughout our lives where we are consciously choosing everything. Because I do believe we are at a choice point. Individually, always. Collectively, yes. People are choosing love, they're choosing fear. They're moving from loving parts and they're moving from frightened parts. And we all are doing it right now. There is plenty of evidence for any belief. If you believe this is the greatest thing that could happen to the planet because we all are given an opportunity to re-look at our planet and each other and humanity, you're going to find evidence for that. If you think this is terrible, things are going to hell, we're just like losing our mortality, our humanity, you'll find plenty of evidence for that too. So I believe we live in a benevolent universe, like Einstein said, right? A friendly universe, and that life is for me and life is for us. And I believe that I am for life. And I think we all have a purpose, and now's the time to be it and to do it and to express it. So that's what a soul-inspired life is all about. That's where we're up to.
Yay, thank you, Joy.
Yeah.
That's always inspiring, always. And the choice is to raise the vibration, right? Just keep it raised, choose those things that keep us up and high, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So thank you for your message and sharing, as always. And please put your stuff in the chat box. There you go.
That's my free appendix to my book. And then it has the inventory of influences exercise in it. And then I'll also give you my homepage where if you want the first 2 chapters of the book, and you can read about all 7 wisdoms. And the chapter on Life Will Guide Me is also in that gift. So I'll put that in the chat too. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. And thank you again for taking control of the meeting in the beginning and getting the bombers out of here. Appreciate that. That was very appreciated. Thank you. So, all right, we've got some more music, and Luke and Claire, they again this is their second time on here, and Claire is actually now the musical director for Raise Your Vibration. So very excited about that. Yay, Claire. And she's helping find great musicians for us every week. Again, I'm just going to reiterate, every week we do this at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Suzanne Serlin's going to be on here in a couple of weeks, actually. Looking forward to her. Next week, we're going to have Paul Bucky. He's going to be speaking about energy work and biotouch and how it can change and help us with what we're going through right now with being at home and the world and everything going on. And music next week is going to be by Cerise Patron, who I say Unity of Phoenix. She is phenomenal. Her voice is like an angel. So we're looking forward to seeing her. And of course, Yuko is going to be doing a meditation next week. So Yuko's also a friend of Claire. So look forward to that. And go to raiseyourvibrationevent.com, which you'll see all the recorded past events. And you'll see this one on there without the bombers later once we edit it. So yeah, let's get Luke and Claire out here. They're always fun and exciting, and they love bringing their Luke writes a lot of the lyrics with Claire together. They have their own music, and they wrote Raise Your Vibration theme song, as we said. So come on out, Luke and Claire. Thank you. Woo!
All right. Thank you,
Howard.
Thank you. You're awesome. We appreciate you so much for doing this, and loved what you said, Joy. It was very inspiring.
Yeah, Joy, that was great.
Really appreciate it.
Very much loved it.
We'll look forward to connecting with you further.
All right. This is called Let's Give to People. What a concept, huh?
Right?
Let's give to people, make it easy on each other, and the world will keep on turning on its own. Let's have it now, we're not alone, and together is the way that we'll go on. We'll go on and on. Be here for every person, knowing we're here for certain. Everybody is the answer. Everybody holds the key for you and me. Oh, let's give to people, make it easy on each other, and the world will keep on turning on its own. Let's have it now, we're not alone, and together is the way that we'll go on. We'll go on and on. Cherish our life together, knowing we're here forever. Now's the time to make it happen. Now's the time to really care. If you dare, oh, let's give to people, make it easy on each other, and the world will keep on turning on its own. Let's have it now, we're not alone, and together is the way that we'll go on. We'll go on and on, on and on, on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on, on and on and on. Hold life precious every moment. Everything is you and me. Let's give to people, make it easy on each other, and the world will keep on turning on its own. Let's have it now, we're not alone, and together it's the way that we'll go on. We'll go on and on, on and on, on and on and on and on, sing it, on and on and on and on, on and on and on. Let's give to people, on and on and on and on. It's everybody, on and on and on and on. It's you and me.
So, how are we doing, Howard? You want another one?
Let's do another one. Yeah, real quick here. Let's do another one.
Okay. Well, this song was written partly by Luke and partly by a friend of ours named Matthew Grosso. He lives in LA now, and he's an amazing rap star and musician. He wrote a lot of the lyrics. So this goes out to him and a lot of people who are at home. They're home alone in some cases, and this goes out to anybody who's missing other people.
So it's called home because that's where you are.
Yeah.
No matter where you're going or where you're coming from, you've entered this world, a daughter or son. You might be surprised at what you've become. And no matter your belief, the truth is only one. A place to rest your bones at the end of the day. That feeling in your body when the music plays. Yeah, yeah. Have you ever looked around at all of the sin? Many people feel uncomfortable in their own skin, always searching for a place where they can give in. Stop going without, start looking within. This is not a building or your neighborhood ties. I'm talking about the feeling when I look in your eyes. Home, the place your heart and mind rest at. The place your scars heal best at home. Nothing inside that you lack. You never have to watch your back at home. Your open arms to show me home. Your open heart to hold me home. You're giving me new eyes to see a whole new world to our praise. They always say there's nothing new under the sun, but that knot inside your belly needs to be undone. I will stand by your side, no I will not run. Be with you in the hard times and all of the fun. You're the only one that makes sense of it all. When I silence all the noise, I hear you calling me home. The place your heart and mind rest at. The place your scars heal best at home. Nothing inside that you lack. You never have to watch your back at home. Your open arms to show me home. Your open heart to hold me home. You give them a new eyes to see a whole new world to our break home. You're my home, home. You're my home, home. Your open arms to show me home. Your open heart to hold me home. Giving me new eyes to see a whole new world to our break home.
Woo! All right, thank you. We could all use a little more home, couldn't we?
Right on. Thank you.
It's the home of the heart, like Joy talked about.
Yeah.
Right, the home of the heart. Love your lyrics as always, and all your information, and everyone enjoys information. All the presenters we've had is on the website, raiseyourvibrationevent.com. So go there. Also, we have an email list too if you want to put your name in there for updates. Hopefully, we'll be getting some live events coming soon, sooner than later. Looking at me.
Woohoo.
Yeah, looking at like September or October. So please put your name on the email list if you're not already there. Find out more about Luke and Claire. Their info's in there. And as well as if you guys want to put it in your chat box, go for it right now. Cool. Thank you again for being here. Appreciate it. All right. Gwendelyn Kay. my hostess with the mostest. Are you there?
Hi.
Hi, Gwen.
Absolutely.
All right.
Hi. So good to see everybody. I hope everybody's actually feeling all of that in their bodies. And I hope you got something really great for yourself today. And I think it's an amazing thank you for being here. Because you could be doing all kinds of other things or not being doing things, as I sometimes do. So I'm glad you're here. So thank you for being here. We're here every Friday. Like Howard was saying, you can find information about all of the speakers and musicians today and for all the events on the website. And so if you want to check out their stuff, sometimes, you know, people have books or podcasts or CDs, so you can, you know, fill yourself with all of that great information. So sometimes I do a meditation, but today, I don't know if any of you know this, but I am a laughter yoga leader. So I'm actually certified in laughter. So I'm hoping that maybe you can share some laughter. And I thought this would be a great thing to do, Joy, because you were talking about your arms. So you can do this sitting down, and I'm going to just invite you. Laughter yoga is laughter for no reason at all, combined with yoga type breathing. And what happens is if you, it's like exercising at the gym. If you pretend to laugh, your body still gets the same exact health benefits as if you were laughing for real. It's like, you know, when you're out with your friends and you've been laughing all night and you feel good and your tummy hurts and all that great things. So I actually help people go through laughter events. So I hold laughter events, and I like doing it in person, and I can do it on here. So what I thought is, if you don't mind, I'll show you what to do, and then we can do it. And you can just be seated, or you can stand up. I'm not really set up very much for this. I was going to do something else, but I figured this would be perfect. So you know how Joy had her arms out straight, like the cross where you're standing and then your arms are out? So you just put your arms out, and this is called the 1 meter laugh. And I'll do it for you, and then you'll see what it's like. So if I had you in person, I'd be having everybody stand, and you would put your arms out, and then you go like this. You go, A, A. And that's it. Now you don't actually have to laugh. You can pretend to laugh. So so we're going to try it. So if I just invite you at home, like, this is a really easy way to like get those endorphins in your body. Takes not even a minute or two. If you're having a bad day, or you're just like got something and you're just like, stand up and do this. Try it. So okay, we're going to do this. Put your arms out, however that works for you. And then we're going to go like this. You put your arm over here and go, A, A. I can see you laughing. I wish I could hear you. It's so beautiful. So now I'm just going to do it one more time, because we want to be really quick today and wrap you up so you can leave. But so you know your brain likes it. You know, you notice how you automatically went to one side? Like, I always start off of this side because I'm right-handed. Your brain loves it when you do something different. So try doing it with the other hand instead. So let's do it. Like, I'm going to go this way instead. So I'm going to put my arms out. I'm going to go like this. Ready? A, A. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. So thank you for playing with me and for doing a little bit of laughter with me. Thank you for for being here today. I can't stop. So thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it. You can do that any day. I will put my link down on my YouTube video. I have some laughter videos there if you just need to pick me up once in a blue moon or anytime. So that's it for me for today. And Howard, thank you so much for having us here, and I'll hand it back to you.
All right, Gwen. Thanks again. Your laugh is always contagious. You know, if they could bottle your laugh up and sell it, people would buy it, because I remember when we went to a live event where there were thousands of people in the room and they did a little laughter exercise that we were at. Could hear your laughter out of the whole room, and it was just it just got everyone going and moving and laughing, and people were falling on the ground because we could hear your voice. It was awesome. So thank you for doing that. And thanks everyone for being here. Appreciate you all. Look forward to seeing you next week. Once again, we're going to have Paul Bucky, we're going to have Cerise Patron, and we are going to have Yuko doing a little breathing exercise for us at the end. So it should be great. Have a great week, everyone. Keep your energy raised and take care. Stay healthy. Bye-bye.
Raise your vibration. Show the world what you got to give. Time to